Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is just gonna be the extra content of the Blrd podcast of us just shooting shit and talking about random news and so forth. Man, yeah, that Vince. Now we can just talk our shit.
Yeah,
Yo, Vince McMahon, he's a fucking scumbag, guys. I
yeah.
I didn't really think they were gonna bust him out talking about defecating on people. Like he was like, yeah, I gotta take a big shit on you.
And start naming
You better
or things off of wrestlers.
He's like, you
you
really
better
took that.
start liking taste of shit.
Yeah,
What
he's
was
like,
it that he told
he told
Triple
his,
H?
you
Better learn to eat shit and like the taste of it.
Like the taste of it.
Yeah.
But they showed the messages from the one woman, and they were like talking about the fact that he's like, yeah, you better like that black, and they censored whatever he said. But I was like, I don't know what that was. I don't know if they were like dick or something like that, but it was like, whoa. And then I think they switched over to like Booker T. I was like, what? Did he join in it? No.
Of course, it's on purpose.
Yeah, they
like the one that I liked, Bruce Pritchard, the guy that was like the executive guy for the WWE or whatever.
Oh, that's another thing.
Where it's like, you guys did a hit piece. Vince is a normal human or whatever. He does this little thing, and then they put in 2 days later.
Yeah, 2 days later.
The accusation. I was like, oh, they did him so dirty.
Yeah, I was like, they did not waste no time putting dirt on Vince's name, which I'm for it. Like, if Vince is guilty of all that, like, this is the thing.
So much.
Like, there's so much
accusations.
I do believe the victim, right? So if someone comes out and says they're a victim, I choose to believe the victim first before necessarily believing the
accused.
The accused. Now, I'm not saying the accused is guilty.
Like that,
I don't think the accused. I don't necessarily say they're guilty. I just take I'll say this. It's not that I believe them. I take them seriously. So if they say something,
listen to them.
Yeah, I listen to them. Now, I'm not saying that Vincent is guilty because of that, just because someone accused him. But the thing is like, this is where you had to differentiate between art and reality, right? Like, Vince is a scumbag on WWE. He can't tell whether Mr.
McMahon.
Mr. McMahon. He came between Mr. McMahon and Vince, and he's the same guy that came up with a skit that he thought that he got his daughter pregnant. Like, I don't know who.
Now, to be fair,
that's weird.
That was never aired.
No, it was never aired, but he suggested it. And
yeah.
Even Stephanie said, like, there's a few things that she won't talk about that he suggested because I guess they're too weird. But if that is one of the least weird things, well, no, she didn't bring it up. It was actually Vince that brought it up. So I'm curious because Vince is acting like he can't remember stuff anymore. He brought up that one. How many other scenarios that he brought up that were so fucked up that they just like, we're not going to talk about this?
Oh, I'm sure a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
There's been times, many times where they had something and like live right there, they rip it up and start something within those minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's many things that they want or he wanted to do that he just said, no, not right now, no.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's weird. Oh, man. All right, I'm glad that we got off of that.
Well, there was another thing that we didn't mention about though.
What's up?
Was that was it Bruce Pritchard who was doing things that he shouldn't be doing with other wrestlers?
Well, no. Bruce Pritchard was the guy with the glasses that got the 2 days later thing.
You're talking about the gay guy.
You're talking about the child molesting thing?
No, did he? I mean, God, not did he? WWE.
With the gay guy, right? And they said that he had all those accusations got dropped.
Yeah, that's not Bruce Pritchard. No, that's I forgot it was a couple of people. It wasn't just one guy. I think it was like I forgot the number, but it was a couple of people. It was like a inner ring thing.
Yeah, but
or inner circle.
But they said that, I think they said in the documentary that they did look into it. The authorities did look into it, and they found nothing credible about anything that was said or that he was accused of. He was messing with like a 16-year-old kid and all this other stuff. They're like, it turned out to be false. All of it turned out to be a lie. So like, Yeah, I feel bad. I see. That's the thing is like I feel bad for like, and they're saying because even then, they're saying it was a almost like a gay witch hunt, and Vince, even though he believed the guy when he said he didn't do anything, um, at the same time, Vince had to let him go because he was like, this is just bad for business, and he's like, at the end of the day, it's all just business.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It really does suck, and but yeah, apparently his name got not exonerated. He was proven to be innocent. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a crappy situation to be in. But all's well that ends well, I guess. All right, let's jump into some of these stories that we have for the past week. First story we're gonna talk about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the new DLC character got announced, and right now, currently on Steam, I think exactly 263
thousand.
Yeah,
oh, you wish.
263 million individual concurrent users were playing the game. So yeah, even with the new characters coming out, this is the third DLC.
I'll stand by my statement. That's more than KI.
Oh, yeah. You wish it was. Yes. KI had what, 4 seasons?
How many concurrent players are we now on KI? I wonder.
Well, I don't know that, but I know it's
they have an all-time out.
Many times it's been more than 248.
I'm talking about recently.
Recently? I don't know recently. But
we did have the number. We did have the numbers earlier. I believe there were seven KI people watching KI.
7?
Yeah, 7.
7?
Not 7,000.
Yeah. Oh my God.
17 people are watching on my stream just at noon.
I looked at your stream and I saw 11. I didn't see you go up to 17.
Oh, hold on! I got a screenshot of it though. So yeah, I got receipts.
I got receipts. I did screenshot it.
I got receipts.
KI. That's amazing.
I'm looking at the Steam. 28 players right now.
For Killer Instinct.
Boom, 17, baby.
That's good for you, Ed.
Do we know what
day?
Do you know what day?
Very good for you.
That is today. Hold on. Look at the. Oh, it's backwards though, isn't it?
No, it's not. Today at 1:38. I mean, that's just when you got the screen. We don't know if that was actually today.
The screenshot.
You can take a screenshot. If I take a screenshot of 9/11 happening, right? And I show the date, it'll show on the screenshot date that it was. I took the screenshot today. That doesn't prove that 9/11 happened today. Do you get?
Wait, are you saying it never happened?
Well, I went.
No, it had to happen if I took a screenshot.
Are you saying it's an inside job? What are you saying?
I'm just saying.
Are you saying there was a holographic projection made by Martians in order to brainwash us?
Yep, and then we're gonna continue on, moving on from Suicide Squad.
What is the temperature that jet fuel could melt girders?
Yes. So Suicide Squad. I mean, I don't think anybody is surprised that Suicide Squad is doing so horribly.
Dude, it's the hottest game of the year. What are you talking about?
I know, it's the year of the Xbox, baby.
Yeah, to all 248 people.
Season 3, baby.
Season 3.
Yeah, they did introduce Lawless, which is and
go on.
Is a what?
She's a strong
Did you female. Actually,
no, I didn't look into this at all.
Gender neutral.
I'm sorry. I apologize. They
fucking monster.
Are strong.
You Mac man.
I'll be out here because I'm scared.
Alden, go ahead. You got yourself in this hole.
We can't see your face.
They're a strong individual, right? Who?
Yes.
Who can't see your face clearly? So, how ironic.
Terrified to keep going.
All the episodes we've done. This is the only one we can't see your face for an odd reason.
This is not a joke. Yeah. He's being very serious. Lawless is Deadshot's daughter. Obviously we needed this for the Suicide Squad. I don't know who actually this is the thing. I feel it's just kind of common sense, right? I feel like if they just got some common sense people in there, that could be just a role. What's your role? You're a director of common sense.
No way.
Who thought that getting Deadshot's daughter as a DLC character in Suicide Squad was a good idea? You had Nora Freeze for some reason. You have a Joker that is not a well-received Joker.
Not the Joker.
It's just like, I don't understand. There's so many other characters you could have picked. That was actually really good. Yeah, this game is just shaping up more and more. Like Warner Brothers is obviously just wanting to throw the entire DC universe in the trash. Thank goodness for James Gunn. I literally had a conversation with somebody yesterday. Went to go see Wild Robot in theaters.
Dude, what'd you think of that movie?
Wild Robot.
Yeah, Wild Robot. The Wild Robot. It was actually not a bad movie.
I really liked it. I really liked it.
Same here. But we're talking about the question that was presented to me was, do you think James Gunn is going to save the DC universe? And
I really hope so.
I was like, I really hope so. And with the question, but the movie they were thinking about specifically was, do you think James Gunn can make a better Superman movie than Man of Steel? I said, at the end of the day, I don't think so. I still think Man of Steel to this day is one of the best superhero movies ever created.
It's not the best.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you guys. I talk about me. So shut up. It's my damn opinion. Suck
it's your opinion, even though your opinion is wrong. But go on.
It's Man of Steel. Is it the best of what you have? What we currently have? Yeah.
Yes.
But is it the best?
I didn't say it was the best Superman. I didn't say it was the best Superman. He just asked me, does you think it'll be better than Man of Steel? I think Superman 2 is probably, as a Superman movie, for most people will say Superman 2 is probably the best Superman movie ever made. I think Man of Steel is. But
I like Man of Steel too.
I don't think he's going to beat Man of Steel. I just don't think so.
Okay, so that's why I think you're dead wrong. Because here's the thing. Zack Snyder, he touches on things. He's the first to bring us a certain take on Superman, which is really good, and that's what makes Man of Steel really good. But he didn't even tap into the best stuff you can tap into. And Man of Steel or Superman has not had many cracks at the bat. You had Richard Donner has had his crack, and that was his take with Christopher Reeves. Right. And you have you have this one. I mean, you've had one or two other people, but they didn't really try to redo the process, right? Comic books have tried to redo Superman so many times, and there's a success, and there are things that have carried over success after success, and things that have not carried over failure after failure. I think what James Gunn is drawing upon, which is All-Star Superman, it is without a doubt the best Superman story of all time. If he can touch it, I don't think he can adapt it. I have serious doubts about it because he is setting up a universe, and All-Star Superman is more of like a life of Superman. If it's done right, that's the way that needs to be made. I've dreamt about All-Star Superman as a movie forever, but I'm glad he's going to use it as an inspiration. Can it be better? I think there's a million ways Superman could get better as a film. There's so many opportunities. There's so many opportunities, and especially with characters that have not been utilized that well, like Batman. Like, I mean, we're getting to a point where we've seen a lot of we've adapted a lot of the best concepts of Batman, and it's really these I'm relying on new, fresh directors, film directors, to take those concepts of Batman that have existed year after year and make it fresh. Same with Spider-Man. Like, I think the things that define Spider-Man that make you love him, the movies have done a good job of adapting. Tom Holland's Spider-Man has done an excellent job. All of them have taken bits and pieces of what makes Spider-Man great. There's not a lot left of that lovable Peter Parker, except what Hollywood can now do. Like, a great director can now take that thing and shape it into something interesting. And that's hard to do. But James Gunn might be someone who's talented enough to do that.
No, I'm going to ask you a question. I mean, if with All-Stars, how far do you think that the story of Superman will go to the end of All-Star Superman, or do you think they're just going to take portions of it?
I think they're going to use the lore of it. So I don't think you will see Superman Prime, but they will talk about, like, and I don't know, like, I don't know what kind of, we won't know until we see what All-Star Superman's influences to James Gunn? Is it just one movie, or is he setting, like you're about to say, is he setting up the first chapter, and we are in this universe that he's going to have a path where we'll see the end of All-Star Superman movies from now? You know what I mean?
Right.
The life of this character, and then we're just watching the DC universe through that prism, which could happen. But for what he's trying to do, I don't think you can do the full scope of All-Star Superman. That's why I don't think. What I would love is, Henry Cavill to come back years from now. Years from now. Years from now. Give it time. Maybe
old Superman would be cool. Like, or Superman. Mature Superman, you know what I mean? Like a mature Superman would be cool.
I was about to say Kingdom Come, right?
Yes. Kingdom Come, yes. I just didn't want to say because I always bring it up, but yes.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah. I was trying not to.
Years from now, 20 years from now, with Affleck and Gal Gadot and him, that would be spectacular, right?
Now, that would be a great idea, but do you really think it will happen? I mean, how many times have we wanted Michael Keaton to portray a older Batman Beyond?
Already happened.
As a comic book fan, all of my wildest dreams have come true. I'm at a point where the 14-year-old version of myself would think I'm lying. The amount of things I would tell him, like a Watchmen movie takes place. There's we're at TV show. We're at the point where we're making TV shows. Oh, we're at a ridiculous point. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Could you imagine back then thinking that we would be having the MCU?
MCU.
Like,
explain
we have this conversation every couple of months. You think we will ever get this? Yes.
But it is okay. So, at Creamcast, hello. Our entire fucking podcast is based around this concept. So shut the fuck up. But listen,
are you still going on? Holy shit! Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, this will be going on for 500 episodes probably.
It's a work shoot.
No, but what I'm saying is that, to answer Ed's stupid question, ridiculous question about. And if anyone says, "Oh, do you think this will really happen?" At this point in 2024, I'd slap you and be like, "Are you?"
Well, I say this because
are you the Ed Underground? Are you an idiot?
Because WB excommunicated Henry Cavill. Nothing was on Henry Cavill.
What excommunicated? What excommunicated?
That's a little harsh.
No, excommunicated.
It was harsh to take him out of the WB.
Excommunicated.
They're rebranding the whole.
Ed,
okay.
Yeah, you could have used him as a rebrand.
You just mentioned Michael Keaton. That was six Batmans ago. Batmans ago, bud. So you just answered your own dumb question.
Okay.
Now, apply to what you just said.
This is different, though. They didn't take out Michael Keaton because he wasn't bad or anything like that. Michael Keaton.
They didn't take out Henry Cavill because he was bad. No one said he was bad.
No, exactly.
They just wanted to go ahead.
They took him out because they're rebooting the universe. What do you think? What do you think Michael Keaton? Why do you think Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer was?
Terrible.
It was a reboot. They were trying to change.
No. He did not want to do it.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, he didn't want to do it. He did want to do it. It doesn't matter.
I would love to do another Superman movie.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is what the studios want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What the studio wants. They don't want Henry Cavill as Superman.
It's not that
they want what'll make money. They'll want what'll make money.
Really? I mean, look at Suicide Squad. I don't know. I'm really questionable about WB's decisions right now.
Well, no, they thought that would make money.
Yeah,
it's a games as a service model.
Going back to the person, there needs to be a person who has common sense in the boardroom and says, you know what? Don't fire that person or don't do this with Suicide Squad, the game, because you know what? We want to not lose money, but actually get money. but they're doing a complete
But there's nobody in that room. There's nobody in that room or in the room of what was the last thing? The Concord. There was nobody in that room. Well, Concord's an odd case. There are many points.
Is it though?
There are many.
No, but they don't actively they're not actively as a company trying to lose money.
No one's trying to lose.
No. Hold on. Concord, what did even last one season? They ended it immediately because they already saw. All right, it's going to make money, But yeah, they didn't wait a week. But look at the Suicide Squad. That was season 3 now.
Yeah, season 3. Baby,
well, it's not really season 3. It's just the third DLC that came out.
All right, whatever. You got 200.
To be fair, I think it is called season 3.
They call it season, but it's not like when you think of season, most people think of like it's 3 years going on. It's not.
But think about this. They got 248 people playing your season 3 or third DLC, whatever you want to call it.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
All right.
How many people? How many people are playing your game, Ed?
More than that.
That's what I thought.
No, that's a lie. That is a lie.
Hey, KI's been around for 10 plus years. This game somehow, I don't know, because maybe like to throw money at I don't know, fire.
Just something won't die. Just because it won't die doesn't mean it's been around.
It needs to die.
Yeah, like there's
it's like a roach.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a dead mouse. There's a dead mouse somewhere that's mummified, and it's like, man, that mouse has been here forever. And it's like, it's dead. It's not going anywhere. It's the same thing with KI. It's dead.
No, the Suicide Squad still.
Did you guys see the news? I believe came out this week. Since we're on the Suicide Squad here, that a rumor leaked. It's highly real rumor that Rocksteady is working on the next Batman game, and it's a single player Batman game, and also another rumor leaked that Sony is trying to make it exclusive, and that led to a lot of like outrage in the community. Did you guys hear this rumor? What are your thoughts on it?
I have heard that they were doing.
I didn't hear that rumor.
You
didn't hear it? Yeah, it was a hot rumor for a while. Now, I absolutely think that Rocksteady is working on a Batman game. I think that if they have thing to pivot back to, it's the thing that made them popular. It's what I wanted. The fucking Batman, the one with all the kids that came out last years ago. Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
The game. Yeah, that game when they were in development, that I was like losing my mind over. Like, oh my god, the sequel to Arkham City is going to be like, and they were talking about Court of Owls. I'm so excited we're going to play, and then they revealed it to be this Batman-less game.
Fortnite.
Sure. Well, I don't know if it was Fortnite. It was an Arkham game. It just was not.
It had Fortnite elements.
Fortnite is a stretch, but.
I don't know. Yeah, Fortnite's a very stretch. It's more of an Arkham game for sure. It just didn't 100%. Have Batman in it. Yes. But it was not the right move. And that was done by WB Studios. It wasn't done by Rocksteady. Rocksteady was busy making making Suicide Squad. So I think if you're gonna give a studio a chance, Rocksteady deserves a chance. I think from their pedigree of what they've built. And I think they could pivot, even though, like all game studios, I think the people who made the Arkham series great probably left that studio. I believe they have a chance to pivot back to a solo Batman game. Now, I also don't believe that it should be exclusive. I think that's
dumb.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely dumb. And I also think that Sony has too many fucking they got exclusive Spider-Man, Wolverine. Like everything should be under one.
It depends on it depends on the
umbrella.
It depends on your perspective, right? Yes, if you can buy a game for the most part that like we talked about this. Sony has excelled in the first person storytelling game genre. We talk about God of War, Last of Us, etc. So with that,
first person, what is that called? Third person.
Yes.
Well, I say first person, like I said first person, but I mean first party storytelling game. I mean, it makes sense why Sony would do it. Does it make sense for the studio to do it? If the money is good enough, sure. Why the hell not?
The PlayStation install base probably makes it look really appealing for them to make money on it.
Well, not just that, but exclusivity rights, right? If you can make the game exclusive indefinitely, that pays off. Like I mean, they're going to pay some good money for it and so forth. So it makes sense for that demographic. It makes sense if they want to appeal to their demographic.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I think the gaming community is really soured on exclusivity. Like there's a harsh pushback against exclusive. Now, even when that exclusivity is done well, and the game product is really well, it does feel like you're closing off
You are.
Like, remember like Starfield, the reaction to like why is remember when people were like, is it going to be exclusive or not? We didn't know what the Bethesda deal meant. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That like it goes back to that. It goes back like so all these studios doing things like that, and especially Batman, which is such a universally liked.
It's absurd to do that. But Batman,
the Arkham franchise is so like
Well,
I played that on the 360. You know what I mean? So like, I want everyone to have that. Even the Spider-Man game. I think the Spider-Man games are outstanding on Sony, but it would work on a Xbox easily.
On both. So I've always been totally against outside gaming franchises that become video games to be exclusive. But I can perfectly understand like a game, solely a game, like let's say Zelda. Zelda's exclusive to Nintendo. Halo is exclusive to Xbox. God of War exclusive to PlayStation. I understand that perfectly fine. That's how, that's good. But when you take a non-gaming franchise and make it exclusive to one system, whether it be PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo, I think it's very, very stupid. I always thought that. Even though Blade's going to be on, I think solely on Xbox, I think it should be on both consoles, all consoles.
Is Blade exclusive?
I think it's exclusive to Xbox. It was presented on, Blade. It was presented on Blue.
Yeah, it's a game they're working on.
But if for some odd reason they make Batman exclusive to PlayStation, wrong move. I don't think it's a really good idea.
It's a wrong move, but Ed, would you admit it's game over for Xbox at that point?
Oh, maybe, but I always say the same thing.
Ed Underground, I'm asking you right now, if the next mainline Arkham game and it looks fucking amazing, is it game over for Xbox?
It may be. I would say the same thing.
Hold on. Damn. We now know the Sony strategy.
Hold on.
We now know the Sony strategies to get Ed Underground. That's it. That's it.
But fans would be very pissed. Like fans were like even non-entertainment franchises, like let's say Street Fighter. Street Fighter was for a time exclusive to PlayStation. Fans were livid about it, and the game ended up actually not being the best. But eventually, it became on both systems.
Yeah.
But I think it's
two-sided. Like it could turn out to be good and it could turn out to be bad. But I think generally speaking, if a portion of people miss out on it, it's not good, right? I think
it's not good.
Yeah. Well,
and I grew up in the console wars. I'm a veteran in the console wars. I grew up on Sega versus Nintendo. I was there in the trenches. I was there in the front line.
You picked Sega, so you're a loser.
Did I pick Sega?
Yeah, I picked Sega too.
Did I pick Sega?
Losing
team. Oh no!
All you Sega people need to know what you are.
I don't know. Well, you just bad because you didn't have a Sega.
I mean, I still love my Sega though.
Hey, wait.
That was not the victor in history.
You didn't have a Sega, didn't you?
Who, me?
Yeah, I said Dark Side.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
You didn't have a Sega, did you?
I would. I wouldn't physically fight, but I would be repulsed by Sega people. In elementary
you didn't own one. You hated Sega people because you didn't own a Sega.
I didn't own a Sega. My cousin had Sega, so I played a lot of Sega. I'll be honest with you. I did play a lot of Sonic, and I did play a lot of X-Men. The X-Men games were outstanding on Sega, by the way.
But it's a difference between playing a Sega and owning a Sega. Very different.
Oh, I absolutely know, and I thank God. That my parents made a decision to get the NES.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Wait, NES or Super NES?
My first one was NES.
Well, my first one was an NES too. But my second one was the Genesis.
Oh no! I stayed loyal. NES, I had to get an NES.
I had both.
I think it was for Mario World, and it was over. Game over for me.
I think for my family it was the price point. I think.
I forgot what
it was more financially feasible to, if I remember correctly, to get into Genesis than it was to get to Super Nintendo.
I think you may have been. Super Nintendo was known to be expensive when it came out. I remember that. I remember I had a Sophie's Choice situation, and it was the biggest.
You made the right one. I ain't gonna lie.
I absolutely I don't turn back at all.
But none of you guys were cool enough to have a Sega Saturn. So at the end of the day,
I had a Sega Saturn. Wait,
you did not have a Sega Saturn.
I did have a Sega Saturn.
No, you didn't.
I had Sonic R, and
you had a picture of a Sega Saturn on your wall.
Yeah, you had a picture of Sega Saturn. But I know one system you guys never had, and that was a 3DO.
I had 3DO.
Yeah, no. I had a 3DO.
But you said you knew that we didn't have that.
No, I said I had a 3DO.
No, before that, you said I know a system that none of y'all ever
have, and that's a 3DO.
And I said I did.
You did? What game did you have for 3DO?
Only one I had was Gecko.
Gex, the Gecko.
Gex, the Gecko, and I had some kind of weird.
It's the only 3D game I know.
There was another game. There was like
name one more. Name one more. Name one more.
No. Hold on. I forgot the name of it. There was a game that you can play. It was basically a movie game where you can like pick things and then it'll play a movie. It was like a fighting movie game, and that some of those characters were on a TV show that was on Fox where they had Mortal Kombat actors doing stuff. It was weird, but yeah, I had 2 games on there.
Pretty cool.
Pretty good, baby.
Okay, so
anyway, exclusivity. If Batman goes exclusive, it's dumb.
Yeah. Dreamcast, what else you got?
All right. Next one, Ballerina, which was a John Wick spinoff with Ana de Armas. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I did not watch the trailer. I only have the speculation and the fight that I had. I know, I just picked a fight with you in the chat for no reason.
What in the world?
Yeah, I didn't watch the trailer yet.
You're like everybody on Twitter.
Yep.
It looked cool. I know there were people complaining about, she's a woman, how she's fighting all these grown men, and she's
smaller than them.
Yeah, she's smaller than them. So unbelievable. Now, it's funny. I'm not saying names, but I find it funny when people have that argument because they somehow believe that one guy can somehow kill like literally dozens upon dozens of assassins, and not, he might get hit a few times, but he's just murdering everybody. But all of a sudden, in this fanciful fantasy world where we have a woman.
How fantasy is it though? It's not that. It's really grounded in reality. A lot of it is grounded in reality, for the most part. What? If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you.
Now, that is probably the realest thing that you said was "suck it." That's coming from obviously an emotional response from your past. We're sorry, Ed, but don't trauma dump on us. I don't know why you telling people to suck it. That's weird, man.
Don't relive the outings that you had with your uncle.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. First of all, no. 2, that was very specific. What?
But no, I thought it looked cool. It's very stylized. I look forward to it. Obviously, just what the rest of the John Wick story is probably going to be very, very skin deep. Not even skin deep. It's going to be right at the surface. You're going to get what you get.
Yeah, it's an excuse to watch cool action scenes.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Hopefully, yeah.
And I'm actually okay with that. Even though the whole John Wick formula is very, from what I understand, it's very hard to get down, right? Like, we all wanted this John Wick action scenes and all this gunplay and gun violence, but then you have movies like, let's say like Monkey Man, right? That tries to mimic it, and they can't just hit it just right.
That one.
They can't.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah, it was good. It was decent.
Monkey Man's story was way better than the story is good. I thought the story was
just, the action is not what you would expect. It's okay. I'll just say it's okay.
It was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
It wasn't like.
Is it worth a watch though?
I would say so. Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah, it's worth it.
But the thing is I guess it's
different. It's different enough.
Yeah, but like, there's movies that you could watch that does like the action better, right? Like, if you want to see hand-to-hand combat, I think nothing still to this day beats something like a On Bak or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like those, you talking about some hand-to-hand fight scenes, that's some good shit. Like if you want to see some gun scenes, John Wick does a very cool job of doing that.
Yeah.
Monkey Man is just kind of like in the middle. It's getting stuck in between like
It
really good films.
Innovate, I'm assuming, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, it's nothing crazily innovative. And I think it's also we're going through a phase where we might be going through just a little bit of fatigue, right? Like,
really?
But like once you have,
well, because everyone copied the formula. That's why.
Yeah. So it's like once John Wick came out, and then we saw what it was—a very simple premise, and so forth. It's kind of like you don't really expect much more. Once you get that, and that was how good it was, you kind of don't really need more than that. But you know, to each their own. Like I said, I think Ballerina is gonna be fine. I thought Ballerina was gonna be a Max or HBO straight to streaming service movie or a series, but I guess not. I mean, they already have the Continental, so that's
what I was about to bring up. Like the Continental didn't really do anything.
Yeah, people
didn't move the needle. Yeah, it didn't move the needle. So do you think John Wick, which I've long suspected, the franchise is really only John Wick, right? Like you can't really.
Yes. I mean, it wasn't even supposed to be a franchise.
If John Wick,
they had to build it around John Wick.
Yeah, if John Wick is not in it, I don't think it has the same magic. Which the Ballerina does have John Wick in it, but maybe just as a cameo. But I think we're at a point where if it's not John Wick, we don't want it.
People,
like I said,
go to see Keanu Reeves as John Wick.
Yes.
Currently, that's what they do. Currently, at this point in time.
So I think the belief was that the concept of the Continental and the world of assassins was interesting enough to carry its own. It is interesting, but to carry its own weight, I'll agree with you. I don't know, and I'll say the same thing if they fucking just said, like, as much as I loved Hobbs and Shaw, as much as I love that movie, there's not much weight without.
That's a rough one.
Without the fucking family. Yeah. Without the family.
The family.
And I liked Hobbs and Shaw a lot.
Sorry,
but yeah, same with John Wick. The thing is, like, the movies John Wick were so heavily. They revolve so heavily around John Wick himself, and the whole assassin war was just like ancillary. Yeah. So like there's very little for people to grab onto. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Oh, go ahead.
Like the whole premise of John Wick was someone killed his dog and he got revenge and he became excommunicado or something like that.
Excommunicado.
Yeah. So the whole world, the whole
just like Henry Cavill
on him. The whole assassin world tried to kill him. Now they would have to do something like that to make this good.
Well, I honestly believe that if they decide to make even John Wick as a character, I think is boring as hell. I think he's only interesting in the situation that he's in, on the run through 4 movies, because he's excommunicado. I think he, as a character, if we had a John Wick prequel, would be a pretty shitty movie.
That's why they keep retelling the same story with different villains.
Well, I disagree with that. I think, if you had a John Wick series that was a prequel, it would be boring. I think the last movie that we need of John Wick is John Wick. Now that we've resolved everything with the high table, we just need to see the one night where he had to fulfill the contract to get out, to get out of being an assassin the first time. If we get that movie, that'll be the final John Wick movie because that tells everything. Now it tells him from when he got out and then he got back in, fought the high table and everything else, or fought against the high table to be pretty much cleared. And then supposedly he dies at the end. And then we need to see a prequel of where he did the night of impossible tasks to get out. And then once we have that, we're done. We don't need to see any more John Wick.
About the time that he did the thing where he ran a lemonade
but look,
stand
I can't wait till they give him the De Niro, the digital de-aging.
Aging?
Young, but his body moves like he's 100.
Yes.
No.
Well, you want to see John Wick in high school, right? You got to know. You got to know.
Yeah, we gotta see
high
that.
school Wick.
You know what?
Didn't they try that with What's that?
They stole his lunch money.
When he was in the going back and forth through time. What was it called?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bill and Ted. Was that good? He looked old in that movie.
The new one, I watched it and I can't remember anything about it.
I also watched it. I have no memory of it.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot. Then.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
Yep.
She at least was there for the Mr. McMahon review.
Yeah, let's go to our next topic. Pacific Rim returning to theaters.
Say what?
Should return. I think they said it was supposed to start September 27th. Which is
what? Is it like a newfound interest?
No, I think it's just an anniversary of Pacific Rim.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I think Pacific Rim is, when it comes to kaiju movies, American kaiju movies, it is the best kaiju hunter, Jaeger hunter movie of ever.
It's all right.
On the American side.
On the American side, Ed.
American side.
Yeah. What else?
I know.
Name me another example.
On the American side, that's what I'm saying. It's all right.
On the American side, I do have other ones, but
no, but it's making it seem like it's not.
He's like, it's all right.
I don't know. I personally really liked it. The first one, at least, I really liked it.
The first one's
just that I have a hard time accepting when America tries to do their own interpretation of something that's from.
It's a love letter. It's not. You want them to just do a straight up Japanese kaiju. It's a love letter, Ed. It's not. I don't know.
What are you saying, Ed? What are you saying?
It's all right. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. I think it's all right.
But you're criticizing it for trying something like trying to do their own thing, which I don't get.
Ed, what other thing is?
Did you just want Evangelion or something like that? Just like a straight up Japanese?
That'd be awesome.
No.
That already exists.
What is another example of Pacific Rim?
I can't think of one. That's
exactly.
I said it's all right. I didn't say it was bad.
Only one I can see that.
I'm not gonna go to theaters again and watch it.
That it's not huge. It's not huge Jaegers and so forth, but kind of like a kaiju hunting one was the Guyver from back in the day.
That was good.
Yeah,
I want to see it again. I'll see that in theaters again if I would.
So that's
Guyver had like kaiju. It became like
not kaiju, but it's like
not straight
monster.
Up. It was more like
Man in Suit. That's
Man in Suit versus.
But it was pretty good.
Aliens.
I can remember the first time I saw it, I was actually switching channels by accident and saw it and thought, "Whoa, what is this? This is like freaking awesome."
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of that was even remotely similar to that. I loved it. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I mean, it is what it is.
What was that one with based on the video game Rampage? That is another lot that comes close to the kaiju.
Yeah,
with the giant monsters, destroying cities and shit.
Yeah. I thought. I mean, that movie outside of The Rock, I thought was decent.
No, I haven't watched it. I'm just saying in regards to like what we
big
could
monsters
classify as a kaiju-ish.
No, I think this was. I think you hit it right on the head, Green Tuner. This is the Pacific Rim was a love letter to that whole genre, and I thought Guillermo del Toro did a phenomenal job portraying that in the movie. I absolutely loved it. This was a love letter to like Godzilla, big mechs, Gundams type.
You're right, big O for sure.
Big old mechs. Yeah. So that was like the really cool thing about it. And yeah, I mean, if I could go back and relive that time again, I would, because I remember watching Pacific Rim. I remember being so excited, and nobody around me outside of you guys was excited about it. No one cared.
We wouldn't shut up about it. We loved it so much.
No, I'm saying
we
outside of
nerds.
Out
of us, nobody
outside
cares.
of nerds, everybody else is like, oh, this is a movie about robots. That's kind of cool.
Pacific Rim 2 was like awesome when they announced it, and it was exciting.
Yeah, everybody loved it. Yeah. I feel like there was a cult following after when Pacific Rim came out and people actually watched it. Well, I got a big old booger right here. When Pacific Rim came out and people watched it, they absolutely loved it. Like every person I've seen who has seen Pacific Rim, the first one, they're like, "Yo, this is actually a dope movie." And then when the second one was announced, everybody was like, "Fuck yes!" Well, like we didn't think that we were ever gonna get a sequel. And then they saw it, they were like, "Shit." Yeah, what the fuck is this shit?
Maybe that's what I'm remembering. I don't know.
Oh Lord, I try not to remember.
Yeah, it was the movie. The concept was good.
I'm trying to put it off, but I want to rewatch it so bad.
It was probably because Guillermo del Toro didn't direct it, and the thing is, it became campy. Sure. Yeah, it became campy, and it became a typical Western, Western mockery of the genre. So
I don't know.
It was the Godzilla. The US Godzilla.
It's Zilla. Yeah, the Godzilla.
Yeah, it's Zilla.
The 99 Godzilla of Pacific Rim.
Honestly, I felt that it leaned back towards its anime like roots of inspiration. And
I gotta watch it again.
It did. No,
it's like a blur. It's like a soup in my mind.
The mechs,
the storyline, the mechs, the colors, the idea behind it. It leaned back towards anime. And the thing about Pacific Rim that was cool was it took inspiration from anime and lifted it out a little bit into Hollywood. What Hollywood could take an interpretation of what anime would be. Pacific Rim 2 went back in the direction of it would work better as an anime, and they made a live action Abomination, like with Pacific Rim 2.
Yes.
So they went in the wrong direction. I think Guillermo del Toro, he has the eye to like lift anime out of anime a little bit.
Yeah.
He made anime into a serious art where I felt like Pacific Rim 2, even with the colors, like Pacific Rim 1 was much darker and it felt as more organic, while Pacific Rim 2, like you said, like they lightened the colors up, and it's almost like getting like Gundam Wing, like for Pacific Rim, and then you're getting then the one of these new Gundams where they're like love is like G Gundam. You know how G Gundam was more like action oriented, and it was more like
people in suits actually fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so that's what I thought. But Pacific Rim, like I said, is coming back out in theaters for a celebration, and I'm here for it. So if you guys
great movie, great fucking movie.
If you get to see it, if you get a chance to see it in the theater, I absolutely recommend it. Or if you can get a really good sound system and a good monitor TV, absolutely.
What I'm saying is, if you can get a chance to see this fucking movie in a D box, I would pay double, triple to watch this movie again for the first time in D box.
Absolutely,
the seat shaking and the whole Pacific Rim was a movie that you could feel the weight of it. You know what I mean? When the Jaeger moved, and I would love to feel that in the theater.
Yeah, I miss that. I absolutely miss it. Watching, I wish I could see that again for the first time as well. We'll see. I'm actually looking while you guys have been talking. It's like see if Pacific Rim is going to be in my theater, and like I said, it's supposed to come out this past week, allegedly, and I didn't see that, so that makes me kind of sad. Oh,
side note,
I did.
What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want to say, by the way, too, I did get to see Alien Romulus as well, and I just want to let you guys know that.
Speaking about Alien Romulus,
See what that tongue can do.
Not happening.
We already know.
I'm flattered, but no. A little side note on that: if you play Dead by Daylight, they're going to have a Alien Romulus skin for the Alien and also for the Survivor. A little side note.
Excuse me, it's called a Xenomorph.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I said it the wrong way.
I
said it the wrong way.
Wow. Said the wrong way. You didn't say it the wrong way. You said it wrong.
Wrong. Yeah, not the wrong way.
I said it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Big fan.
All right.
Xenomorph. Yes.
Next news, AEW will now stream on Max as part of a new multi-year deal. It will be on Max starting January 2025. So, and it'll be simulcast as well, so you can see it live. So it's no longer going to be this. You can see a week later or a day later,
or watch on a site or something.
Yeah, you can just pay for Max and support the product.
Or you can do
I have Max. So,
exactly. Okay. So there you go. Boom.
Yeah. So this is my actually first time hearing this. And was there more?
Really good news. Really, really good news.
Yes.
So what was it? What did you say?
Was there more to that?
No, that's it. It was a multi-year deal. I think they said it's going to be $150 million. They paid for the deal. Is it 150 or 50 million? I think they said. I'm looking through it real quick. I can't find it, but I think they said $150 million per year deal. So this was a very, very big deal to have multi-year. So yeah, is what it is.
Now, let me ask you this: does it mention anything about the pay-per-views on there?
Yes. So pay-per-views will be at a discounted rate. So you will still have to pay for them, but they'll be at a discounted rate on Max.
And
so
they're not WWE. They can't eat that. They're smaller.
Yeah, I know that, but like, so
is Netflix going to show the WrestleManias?
You know what? I don't know that either.
I mean, Netflix. Or you talking about the old ones or new ones?
No, when they start the new season, is it going to show the things?
Wait, is WWE? Is Netflix getting all of WWE, or are they just getting Raw?
Oh yeah, they might just be getting Raw.
I think they're just getting Raw.
Yeah, just getting Raw. You're right.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Probably
they're just getting Raw.
Yeah, because right now
because I think the WWE network itself belongs to Peacock, right?
Yes, Peacock owns the WWE network now, and that's like what, $5 or $7, and you can watch the pay-per-views on there for that same price. And now, literally this week, the NXT, which is the lowest brand of WWE, is now on the CW. And SmackDown, I believe, is on Fox still. I'm not sure.
Really quick, Dark Side. What was the question that you asked about WWE and Netflix? When you said would they get WrestleManias?
Yeah, but I think we answered the question. I think they're only getting Raw.
No, they're getting WrestleMania and SmackDown.
Who is?
Netflix is getting everything. They're getting all of their live events. So WrestleMania and SmackDown as well. So they're getting everything.
Wow, that's big.
They're getting they're basically the WWE network now.
Yes.
Wait, how much did they pay? They must have paid through the teeth.
Billion.
Okay, that makes sense.
So clearly
that explains it. Okay,
that makes sense. Okay,
it's funny how like they actually try to compete with Netflix in a way. They have their own network, which is actually pretty good because you can watch the pay-per-views for like $5.
I mean, that's what helped.
It was like $50.
Yeah, that's probably what helped them get this deal because you think about it.
They saw the popularity and how many people are subscribing and everything.
And I mean, if I'm a Netflix executive, I'm looking at it like, hey, this looks popular.
That's money.
I think they said this last WrestleMania was grossed the most. It was the most popular of all time.
It was insane. It was one of the most watched. Yeah.
And if you were a wrestling fan, that storyline was perfection.
Yeah, I haven't watched wrestling since I was like 14. So
same here. Like all my knowledge, like of actual storylines, is like from my youth.
Yeah, I like watching like the matches, but I really don't care about the story.
Same here.
Anymore.
I'll watch. That's actually what I do. If I do watch wrestling, I just watch the matches and skip the storyline. I'm like skip.
My brother and his mother, they'll sit down and be like, "Holy shit! Like Roman Reigns did this. I can't believe it. Like fuck Roman Reigns." They really get into it. And I'm just like,
it's good.
I'm like, who's just wrestling who? I don't give a shit.
No, I would say this: there's been a time where I absolutely loved wrestling through the Attitude Era, and then fell off when it became the PGA era. I guess I'll call it
the
that.
PG era,
yeah. And
that's fine. It was just business. That's where business is at the moment.
Yeah, it was just bad storytelling.
But look, to AEW, this is very good news because again, they're not at the same level as WWE. Obviously, as we can see, $150 million deal compared to a $5 billion deal.
Well, $5 billion, $150 million per year. So I mean, granted, that's still, a lot of years.
That's a lot of money, but compared to $5 billion, it's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
like
it's like
difference, the gap.
They need $1 billion
and
50 years.
$100 million it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this is really good news because I've always I like variety. Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
Well, Vince,
it's good to have other things. Yeah, it's
Vince. Is that you, Vince?
Yeah.
That's right.
Vince didn't say that, but they said in the documentary as well that WWE started failing. It started really going bad once WCW was bought out. They were like, that's when you start seeing the decline because there's no competition. So the fact that AEW is now competing on two competing networks, I think is awesome.
It's great. Yeah.
This is like the best time for
experience it.
Yeah, this is literally. I mean, and it's crazy because wrestling now is becoming, which blows my mind. and it might be a little bit of arrogance on my end. I'm like, oh, when I stopped watching wrestling died. But in reality, and technically it did die. Wrestling, I watched until the end of the Attitude Era. And after that point, wrestling did die.
Yeah, our wrestling era died.
No, I'll say even
the new one, yeah.
Even our era, well, outside Attitude Era, like I would say the era, maybe for like 10 years after that, it seemed like wrestling pretty much died. It did.
And it did go through a lull.
Go through a lull, and now it's really picking up. So I'm happy for it. I really am. And like, even though I make fun of Ed for, still loving wrestling to this day, I'm actually really happy for wrestling fans because the excitement that we had for wrestling, almost like a generation kind of missed that.
Yeah.
For that 10-year gap when we were watching wrestling, when I was 8 to like 14 and 15, that was the time that a lot of people miss. And once you miss that, I feel like once you miss that kind of crucial area, like you kind of just don't care about wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like you're absolutely right. Like there's nothing memorable about what happened after in between the Attitude Era and what's the modern like super pro sport wrestling.
Yeah.
Like there was like they didn't even bring it up in the documentary.
Yeah, like the closest
it was such a lull.
John Cena.
Closest thing was the ruthless aggression.
Yeah, the ruthless aggression.
Yeah, like John Cena was literally, and I remember that John Cena was kind of the face. He was the face of wrestling. He saved the WWE during that lull period.
So,
PG era.
So here, I don't know if he saved it. So I did go to a few shows when this was after the fact where Green Tuner and I went to a show. I've went to a few shows where it was the PG era. Didn't know what was going on, just they were in town, wanted to go. When John Cena popped up, the kids cheered, but the adults booed.
Yeah.
It was,
I can believe that,
echoing. Just like, yay, boo. Because the story
because it was meant for children. That's what it's called, the PG era. And I mean, it's paying dividends now because all those kids have grown up and they're still consuming the product, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say some adults were still watching it. The kids too,
Yeah, but like I said, this is a good time. And them being on now,
especially Max, something that has that much of a reach, that's really good.
That's really
well,
good.
I'll say this also: if you grew up in the Attitude Era and you have not seen AEW yet, you are definitely missing out because AEW has a lot of inspiration from the Attitude Era, especially the pay-per-views. The pay-per-views are basically
they're insane. Well, it also helps that they're not as mainstream as WWE. I think WWE comes under more scrutiny. That's why they can't take as many chances as AEW.
Yeah, but
I always looked at AEW as like Attitude Era light. Like they're not as crazy as WWE was at its prime. They're Attitude Era, but they are the light version of that. So they're not as bad as the PG stuff with WWE, but not as tame. They're not as tame as the PG era, but they're not as wild as the WWE Attitude. Because I look back at the Attitude, I'm like, fuck, they got rowdy.
Well, they can't. It's different times. Different things change.
Yeah.
And then also the bigger, just like with any business, the bigger AEW gets, the less they'll be able to take as crazy of chances.
That's true.
Unless the market, changes from where we're at right now.
That's true. That's very true. Last story.
PS5.
You're still talking.
The one thing. No. About what you're gonna say is like I wanna say that I'm sorry that this never was going to be a successful product. What you were gonna talk about Creamcast.
Okay.
So I wanna, ahead of you dropping the news of this piece of console that's coming out. I know you really had your hopes on that it was gonna do well, and it didn't. But go ahead.
The Neo Geo come back.
So the PS5 Pro 30th anniversary dropped this past week, last week, and I really, I wanted to be successful. I wanted to sell out within seconds minutes.
It's still in the shelves, right? They can't get rid of it. They can't move.
Well, yeah, it's in the shelves at the factories as it's being built. It's such a sad story, and like I just don't understand. Like, for once, I understand that the Ed Underground is like a profit when it comes to PlayStation, that they can't move product like they used to, and nobody is stupid enough to pay $1,000 $1,000 for a console. But it doesn't matter what you think. The Ed Underground PS5 Pro sold out within literally. It actually sold out. This is the crazy shit that happened. Before they had a timer for 10 o'clock, everybody and their mother was trying to get into this queue. Before the queue actually started, scalpers have figured out a way to get in front of the queue and actually buy PS5s before they were actually eligible to be sold. That's how popular it was. The PS5 Pro Anniversary Edition, I think it was retailing for about $1,000 in US, and they sold out. Like, I went in with 2 different computers. I could not get in for over an hour to go see this damn thing. Absolutely dog shit. It sold out. There was only 12,300 units. They all sold out within 10 minutes. If that. There's a digital version. The digital version was around for about 15 minutes. That sold out. The only thing I was able to get out of the entire anniversary drop were some PS5 controllers. So I got some anniversary controllers, and Ed Underground.
And I'm sure those are still on the shelf.
They're still on the shelf. So it's crazy. Once again, they're still on the shelves at the factory as they're being built, but they're sold out everywhere. They were on Walmart site. They were up there for about 10 minutes. I went, bought it, was about to get it again, and I found out they were sold out. I was like, what the shit? So everything's sold out. It was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I remember making a couple, I don't know when we spoke about this first, when we announced how cool it was and everything. And I do remember Ed being very condescending about the price and everything, and me agreeing that it was expensive, but at the same time challenging him to put down some money, because I think Creamcast, myself, and Darkseid all agreed that this thing was gonna sell out in seconds, right?
Seconds.
I don't think we've been anticipated to pre-cog sell out, right?
Yes.
And Ed was like adamant about it's too expensive, people are not gonna go for it, blah blah blah. Ed, you would have been a very poor man had you put money on this.
Yes. All I'm saying is, I didn't know there were so many rich parents out there who would just, buy this for their kids.
It's not parents. It's a lot of adults with expendable income.
I didn't, like I said, I didn't know there's so many rich parents out there.
So. Yeah, the thing is that, I mean, sure.
Are you trying to think that
he's saying that
Creamcast parent purchased the stuff for him? Is that what you're trying to say?
All I'm saying is, when I got the Nintendo Switch, I said it was for Creamcast, but I would also play it myself for my own entertainment.
All right, so
anyways,
just as expected, this thing is blockbuster. Even when we talked about it, I still think it's a obviously it's out of my, at this point, even especially with scalps and everything, I will never get my hands on one of these things, but it is a gorgeous, a beautiful console.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful. At the end of the day, I mean,
come on, you gotta admit that it's so, like, there's so much thought and love put into this thing.
Yes, it is a very beautiful console.
I think it's just hating, I guess.
I just didn't see the difference when I saw the comparison between the new one and the previous.
Well, the old one is white. This one is gray.
No, I'm talking about the actual gameplay.
I mean, sure, but the thing is, this is not gameplay.
It's not that.
People are not buying it for gameplay. They're buying it for
they're buying it
collectors.
Yeah, collectors. And honestly, the uniqueness and, like, because it's an artful endeavor what they did with this anniversary thing. Come on, you at least got to give it that. And there was a lot of, like, thought and, like,
I'm giving it thought.
Love put into it.
I'm giving a thought. All I'm saying is that it is just too expensive. Even if I was,
I know, but it wasn't.
Elon Musk
It's
money,
not.
like, that's kind of.
It's not meant for the average consumer. This is meant for people that want something unique, something that they're not gonna be able to just buy regularly, something that just comes once in a blue moon.
Yeah, and the same thing. I see what Ed's saying. Like, Ed, I understand you, right? There's plenty of people that I know that have bought collector's edition items, and then they bought it because it was cool at the time, not even to resale, just wanted to buy it, it was cool, and they buy it and they never use the thing. They put it into a box, it's in their attic, and it never sees the light of day ever again. That person may live or die, whatever, but no one else is gonna get it. And then whenever their estate gets sold, somebody's gonna find it and be like, "Oh, what's this thing?" and rip the plastic off of it, and then it's ruined. And I get that.
Yeah, but it was his money to do what that
do what you
wanted to do with.
No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying, what I'm saying is that the graphics comparison didn't look any different from the previous.
It's not about. Again,
we're talking about the anniversary. We're talking about the anniversary
edition. Anniversary edition. That's what we're talking about.
Hates.
Oh, the look of the actual console.
We're talking about the anniversary edition.
That's what people are buying it for.
We're not talking about the PS5 Pro. You can buy a PS5 Pro right now. We're not talking about the base edition.
The anniversary. The
anniversary Pro.
Okay.
So that is what people are.
Maybe that's where misunderstanding came in.
No, that's not misunderstanding. He knew exactly what we were talking about.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you think he's just backtracking right now?
Yeah, I think he's just backtracking. Yeah,
backpedaling.
I said it was limited to 12,000. It was 12,300 units.
I'm saying I still wouldn't get it. Like, for that price point, it better be.
I want it, and I can't get it. All right, I'm just gonna let you know right now.
I was gonna buy it, and I was gonna try to buy at least two, $1,000 each. I was like, whatever. That's no money. So I was like,
you guys see that story that I think it's only in Japan though.
Japan. Yes, I saw it.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You talk about it.
Yeah, Japan. They wanted to put if you want to buy a PlayStation 5 anniversary in Japan, you had to you have to use your PSN account, and you had to have 30 hours of playtime logged on your PS5 before you actually could buy it. I love that.
I like that.
But the only reason I don't like it is two things. Well, one thing is because reason I don't like it is because 30 hours is too damn short. I feel like you should.
It needs to be more.
That's like Ed playing Roblox on a standard.
Well, thankfully, never played Roblox.
Yeah, it's like Ed. It's like Ed playing.
That's Ed playing Call of the Wild 2, and us watching him just.
I don't even know what that is. Apparently, you guys know what that is.
Or it's like Ed playing Breath of
the
Wild and not actually beating it. It's crazy.
Oh no, I played Breath of the Wild. I just haven't beaten it.
Breath of the Wild 2, whatever it's called.
I'll go on out.
Fake fan. Tears of the Kingdom. Fake fan.
I'm not a big Nintendo fan like that. So, but yeah, so that's the crazy thing is that I think the 30 hours is just too short. I feel like they should bump it up a lot more since the PlayStation is so big in Japan. I mean, your average anybody will have that many hours, so it's pretty much open to anybody. But what they're trying to do is stop.
Should have done like 200 hours of a JRPG. That's what you should.
Yes, I think so too. Like you had to do 200 hours of a Sony exclusive title.
Fucking hardcore only.
No, you know what? They should have in your lifetime like
200 hours of Danganronpa.
No, PlayStation tag. You should have 100% completed Final Fantasy VII.
That makes more sense.
You're allowed to buy it.
That makes more sense.
I have that. I have 100%. Dude, I think I have 100% completion on
true
remake.
Loyalty. Yeah.
That would be. Yeah, you would have to bring in your 8-bit memory card to like fucking. They would have to
old school. Oh,
yeah. They would have to scan your 8-bit memory card to see if you had the saves. Then they're like, okay, you get it.
I don't have 40. I don't have I don't have a platinum on Final Fantasy. So that sucks. But I do have a platinum in God of War, Ragnarok, and I think God of War, the first one. Just God of War.
Do you guys support that idea though? Of like if they were to like. Well, yeah.
Especially
I think
for like collectibles like this, you have a better chance of giving it to
people who want it.
You know, people who want it that can afford it.
Well, not just that
they want to own it, not flip it.
Yeah, not just people who own can afford
fucking Creamcast.
But people who actually play the console
are gonna play it. Exactly.
The problem is that like I play PlayStation games on PC though, so I don't log all the hours on my PlayStation, which kind of sucks. Now I can log. Now the thing is like a lot of these games require they're starting to require PSN logins even if you play on Steam. Which if that logs in how many hours you're playing a PlayStation game, I think that's not bad. Because at the end of the day, then like I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West.
You're still supporting the company.
Yeah, I'm supporting the company. I put 100 hours in it, and in the past like 2 weeks of playing this, getting this game. So like the game is amazing, and I should be able to get a PlayStation or be eligible to get a PlayStation Anniversary Edition. So that's what I'm saying. Like this, I think it's really cool that Sony did that in Japan. America needs to do the same thing because right now the PlayStation I'm looking at right now, the PlayStation Pro 30th Anniversary Edition is selling anywhere from $4,000 now to $5,000.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there are people who will buy that. I probably wouldn't, because honestly, I don't play my PlayStation enough. If I was gonna resell this, I would obviously buy it, and if I could sell it for higher, sure. But I'm not gonna spend $5,000. I got some controllers, some 30th anniversary controllers. I replaced my Xbox controllers when I play controllers. Or play anything with controller on my PC, I'd use a PlayStation 1 now because now my Xbox One has drift and they're absolute dog shit. So I just go with my PlayStation.
They always get drift.
Really? PlayStation does.
Yeah, Ed, all my
Xbox
controllers always get drift.
I've never had one drift.
Bullshit, Ed. You went through 6 controllers in 1 year.
They didn't drift. They didn't drift.
Okay.
The buttons stopped working.
It's been very technical.
They 100% drift. Because I remember
come on, man.
I can't put my inputs in. You'll be moving and it'll sometimes be moving by itself.
Like I said, buttons.
Sure. Okay. This is this is you're the Xbox, baby.
You're the Xbox.
But yeah. That's it, guys. That's it for the PlayStation 5. So yeah, if you wanted one, you gotta pay $5,000 for it now. If you want to get a controller, they're still selling controllers. There should be some coming out in October. But other than that, that's pretty much it. The anniversary is done. So it is what it is. All right, that's all that we have for our stories. You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
No.
All right, cool. Well,
alrighty.
I feel like that's pretty much it.
No.
Yeah, we ain't talking about it.
No.
Anyways, all right.
No, I'm done with that shit.
Yeah, I'm done for now, unless something big happens. All right, that's pretty much it, guys.
Something is gonna happen. Yeah.
Once again,
do we have a sign off for the after, or we just kind of ended?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can still do the sign off. So just be really quick.
All right.
Go ahead, Ed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 140.
This is supposed to be the show.
The Blrd podcast. You can catch us live on twitch.tv/the Blrd podcast and watch us here and listen to us on all major podcasting platforms and on YouTube. And if you don't, you're fired.
All right,
your microphone's cutting out. CTE is real, folks.
Yeah, right. CTE is a real thing. Chris Benoit ain't the only one. Let's just say that.
What lurks under that beanie? Who knows how many blows that has to?
A lot of hair.
Well, the thing is, the mass migration is causing the blood to flow into the nether regions of his brain, so he's starved from oxygen on that front lobe part.
Prove it right now. Prove it right now.
Take off your beanie.
You said you have. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Take it off, bitch.
That's what I thought.
It's funny. Really quick. Somebody mentioned the podcast that
Dr. Phil under there.
Yeah. Somebody said.
I am Dr. Phil. Look at.
Oh shit!
That is Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I didn't realize, man.
Come on, buddy. Join me.
Yeah, can I take off mic? Let me take off mic. See.
Nah, you're good. Come on, Ed. Do it. Let me see those bad boys.
Somebody mentioned the podcast a couple episodes back. Ed wasn't here, but someone said that Ed's beanie keeps sliding down further and further. Eventually, it's gonna cover his eyes, his nose, his mouth. And then at the end of the day, there is gonna be nothing.
There you go.
We're gonna see. But hey, Ed, you know what? Hey man, be you, man.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, Ed, you're
cool.
No, Ed, don't. Hey, move your beanie however you want to, dude. That's how you rock it, however you want to.
Yeah, that is true.
This is hair. Look at that.
There you go.
Yeah, hair.
Yeah, pubic hair.
That looks like
my hairline is right here.
That's beanie.
Okay, let's see it.
That's beanie string, Ed. That's beanie string.
Yeah, that's a beanie string.
That's a what?
He got busted out in emergencies. Yeah. Like, he has a pre-cut.
Check out my hair.
All I'm going to say is haters gonna hate.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
You're damn right.
Well, hey, you know what? Just like someone said last week, this is still a progression of beards on the podcast. So
yeah.
I just forgot to shave.
Ed, you don't need to shave.
Wait, this is you
unshaved?
Unshaved?
No, this is a week.
Wait, that's you in a week?
That's a week?
Yes, this is a week.
Where's the hair at?
No.
Well, I got lights here, so it like makes.
Okay, look
the hair.
up. Let me see.
This is a week.
No, there's no way. You got the Heihachi thing going on your chin, buddy.
Well,
so it's like all down the middle.
No, wait, he doesn't have he doesn't have nothing here. He just has
like right here. Look up, Ed. Look up. Like right here. See how he has this little line right here? Like
Heihachi? Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a cool villain character if I wanted to.
And I love how you try to blame your not having beard hair to the light. It's just not hitting me correctly. You know.
You're right. Dude.
Swapcast.
You know what? Let's one day do like a comparison, and then it's gonna be like basically like way too much. But let's have Darkseid not shave for a week and compare to
we can't tell.
We
won't be able to tell the difference.
We won't be able to make out if there's a human inside of all that beard. It's like Darkseid.
Yeah. If we have Darkseid, if he showed his hair now, shaved, and then we didn't see him for a week, we would think that he cheated. That he didn't shave.
Yeah, we'd be like, dude, why didn't you shave?
Like, dude, you should put a filter on.
Shave.
Yeah. I can't shave either. Like, but within a week, I'm back to huge, not even huge, but a lot of hair.
I can't grow shit, right? But like in a week, this little shitty patches start filling up like crazy.
You know what really grows fast though? My ball hair.
These nuts?
Yeah.
Hey, your nuts are growing?
For real.
Shit. Hey.
No, ball hairs and ear hairs, the older you get, like just out of fucking weird places, you start getting weird hairs.
Yeah, absolutely. Nose hairs for me. I got
Fuck yeah, for sure.
I got gray nose hairs, man. It's crazy as hell. I'm like, man, it just we're getting old, guys. We really are.
It's like Blrd after dark.
I blame Obama.
I blame
Next time on Blrd After Dark.
You know what happened last time you whispered?
Darkseid discusses his hairy adventures.
All right. Anyways, all right. Blur you later.
See you later, fella. Blur you later.
Blur you later.
Yeah.